Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to the UnLearnT Podcast. I am your host, Ruth Abigail, aka RA, and this is Freedom Friday, where me and a friend of mine come and share something we've unlearned recently and how it is making us more free. And I have one of my road dogs, one of my best friends, man, with me. This is Joy Lena, but we call her Joy. Speaks. What up, Joy?
Hi, thank you for having me, even though this is very awkward for me right now.
All right, so Joy really hates public speaking.
So much.
So she's like, I don't even know how I'm doing this.
Right.
She tried to get her brother to take her place last minute.
That's
terrible.
So much better at public speaking. Even though my last name is Speaks, I don't want to do it. I don't.
That is ironic, dude. Yeah, that's ironic. But you have so much good stuff to say, and so I thank you for taking the challenge. I am excited. Okay, so all right, Joy. We've known each other for
way too long.
I don't want to say
Let's not say numbers.
I don't want to say the number, but double digits.
Double digits. That's
double-digit
good.
years.
That's good.
We went to school together in college.
Yes, college.
Joy is a doctor, although she's not going to tell you that. I call her a doctor because she wears a white coat. In my head, that's a doctor. But what do you do, Joy?
I am a pharmacist. So I'm a clinical pharmacist. I help my patients. I work with inpatient and outpatient. So I see patients, I prescribe medication. I talk to them about, different things that are happening in their lives, and we try to get them to be a healthier version of themselves in the end.
So you're a doctor.
I am a clinical pharmacist.
Okay, got it. You're a doctor. Great. Okay, so no, but Joy is one of my smart friends. I'm the one of the group who is not as degreed. Y'all degreed, boy.
So not true. She was the one double majoring in undergrad where I was like, one major will do. No.
No. But I love it because whenever Joy and I talk, I just know nothing about your world. Nothing. And so it is always so fascinating. So speaking of knowing nothing about your world, there is a world that you have dived into that I also know nothing about. And have no desire to, quite honestly. And that is the world of working out.
Yes.
You go to the gym every day.
I'm on my, not every day, but I am on my fit and wellness journey right now. Yes.
Yeah. So, all right. So this is the goal, right?
Mm-hmm.
I hate working out. And I know New Year's resolutions and last Freedom Friday talked a little bit about the idea of unlearning what that might mean and not focusing on things you always have to fix, but focusing on things that, that you're already good at. Well, we're not doing that for me today. I suck at this. All right. I'm horrible. And I don't but a lot of people, first of the year, I'm getting back in the gym. I'm going to get fit. I'm doing all this stuff. Cool.
Right.
And then most people drop out about now.
It's about now. That third week in January, people, it's already slacking off. Like, I'll go next week.
Yep. So, but you have been on this journey for how long?
I started late August, so a few months now. Yes. Yeah.
That's very impressive.
I'm trying to get there.
Okay, so Joy, your goal in this conversation is to inspire me to go to work out. I ain't going to the gym. I'm not finna.
And it doesn't have to be that. Like for me, it's going to the gym and figuring it out and working out. Mm-hmm. But I mean, for everyone, listen, if you can just take 30 minutes, an hour, walk around your neighborhood or on a treadmill, that is great stuff. People underestimate just walking because walking is the best way to get healthy. I mean, I tell my patients that all the time. If you can just walk to your mailbox and back, or just do a little bit, and then the next day try a little bit more. Is just doing something each day. That's all. Yeah.
Walking to your mailbox and back. I think I can do that. I will walk to my mailbox and back.
Listen, I think you could do a little bit more than walk to your mailbox.
I like starting there. I like that. I like that starting point. No, that's good. Thank you for that. So that's good. I agree. I know working out and getting fit is something that seems like a common theme all the time. Not just, I mean, New Year's resolutions for sure, but like all the time, it's always something that seems to be on people's minds.
Yes.
Why is that? Why do you think?
Well, I think a lot, or just in general, I mean, one of my friends sent me this video of JFK back in the 60s, like being upset about how he saw little children who were just like overweight and not working out. So this has been a thing for us for years, decades in this country.
Yeah.
And then you could think about Michelle Obama and how she was like really into getting health and nutrition into the school systems. So it's just a part of our day-to-day thought process. And, you know, just with the health of America in general, like looking at America's obesity rates and stuff like that, we're number one. We're number one on that list of obesity and being overweight. So it's just, it's a big thing in our system, and the fact that, you know, a lot of times everybody doesn't know what's a good thing to eat or how well to work out and stuff like that. So we're all just trying to learn that stuff to make ourselves healthier, because in general, we all want to live like a longer and healthier life.
Yeah. So, all right. So you're in the healthcare system.
I am.
Okay.
Deep
you're in the
there.
healthcare system, and You're deep. You're in a hospital, right?
I work in the hospital every day.
You're in it. You see a lot, but also you've been going on your own journey, right?
Yes.
Of getting healthy. Like, I'm always interested people in the healthcare system who kind of have to unlearn unhealthy habits that they're telling other people all the time. Don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, do this, do this, do this, but they're not doing or don't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Did you find yourself in that predicament at all?
I did. Sometimes I felt a little bit like a hypocrite. I'm not going to lie. I was just like, you need to eat healthier. You know, just avoid eating that piece of cake, even though I want to eat that piece of cake, you know? So it was just trying to, so if I'm going to tell them to do that, I also need to walk that walk, you know, as well. So it's like, if I'm going to say it, I need to be doing it as well. So I can, because a lot of times in the healthcare industry, you're like trying to relate to that person you're talking to. So you talk about sometimes a little bit about your own experience of what you've seen so that they can connect with you and also help themselves out in the end.
So what was your motivation for getting on this journey? And y'all, like, you look great, dude.
Thank you.
For real, like she has really been on this every time. Like she and I talk probably every other day, if not every day at some point.
Right.
And every time I call her, she is either walking or in the gym every time. Like it actually doesn't fail. And so like you have been on this, and it actually has been really cool to see the progression. So what started you on it? Like, why did you decide I'm kicking this into gear? And then what has kept you going?
Okay. Yeah, no, those are great questions. So I recently moved to a new city where I basically knew no one.
Yep.
And so for me, it was just like, when moving to this new city, I wanted a better work-life balance because I knew in my previous life, I was terrible. I, you know, was eating late nights, fast food, give me my Taco Bell, give me some Raisin Canes.
Joy was in college again, dog. You were in college again.
I was in college again, yes. 11 o'clock. Taco truck, please.
Yeah.
So, And, I am not in college anymore. And my body also knew I wasn't in college anymore.
Mhm.
So I could see like the weight gain happening. And
Mhm.
so moving to the new city, I wanted to have a new attitude about what I was doing and how I was doing it. However, I still didn't get on that journey. So it took me even moving here and like getting adjusted to the new
Mhm.
city. It took me some time
Yep.
to like figure out like how I was going to do it and really get started. And there's always, an excuse to not start, oh, it's too hot outside. I can't really do it. Or, oh, I'm just really tired from work. And, you're always going to be tired from work. So it took me a while to actually get into the groove of it. But once I did like actually fully commit myself to it, and I think that's a lot of things. You have to commit to yourself to do it. I mean,
Mhm.
you can start at the beginning of the year, you can start in the middle of the year, like I did. Like it just depends on whenever you want to start and you're like
Mhm.
ready to go. And so for me, it was just me being ready to do it and like also being able to look and like, I don't know what the first thing to do in a gym. I have no idea. So I got a trainer.
Hey, yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah, 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 yeah.
But
Real
I mean,
talk.
even if you can't get a trainer, there are so many like YouTube videos and Instagram, TikTok videos. Like there's so many trainers out there for you to train with that you may not even need somebody to help you out. I just had no clue what to do in a gym.
Sure.
So that's why I got one. But that was the thing for me, just like finding someone to help me figure out what I'm doing in there and then also just making goals for myself,
Mhm.
small goals of like, oh, I want to be able to, lift this kind of weight and not have
Mhm.
issues or, walk up and down stairs and not have to catch my breath or anything like that. Those are the like small things and like small goals, even if it's like weight loss goals. Oh, I want to lose 10 pounds,
Mhm.
in 2 months or, something
Mhm.
like that. You have to figure out those goals. And I like to do small goals that are attainable so I
Yeah.
can like go to the next one for
Yeah.
myself.
That's
Mhm.
good. That's good. So, what was the first goal you reached?
Oh, okay. The first goal I reached was that I did lose 10 pounds in the first month. So I was like,
Nice. Nice.
doing
Nice.
something there. And then,
Yeah.
I mean, once you achieve that first goal, you're like, okay,
Mm.
it gives you some self-confidence, right? You're like, okay, I've won that part of my race. Now what's the next part of my race I'm gonna do?
This is really good, Joy. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is good. And for the record, we haven't talked this in depth about this, and I'm
Yeah.
I'm I'm learning a
No.
lot. This is really good. So all right, so what kept you going? Like was it hitting the goals? Did that keep you going? Was it
Yeah,
like
no,
okay.
honestly, is 100% hitting the goals. And then, I mean, like what my trainer told me was like, you're going to see some of the changes first, right?
Mhm.
And then, some people will eventually see it later. And that's true. Like,
Mm.
no one was telling me like in the beginning, oh, Joy, you're just going to see it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, you're going to see you're going to notice the changes and
Interesting.
not even like weight loss changes, just the amount, like for me was the
Mm.
amount of strength that I had, going into the gym. Like, okay, I can do that. Let me get those higher weights.
Mm.
And then eventually like other people started noticing and other people started commenting. You're like, okay, I can do this some
Mm.
more. And then, you just keep challenging yourself as you go.
That's really good.
Mhm.
Okay, this is all right. So like just cuz sometimes I got to be deep. Um the idea that other like you're going to notice a change first and then other people will. Like I feel
But it's
like that's
not
such a
even
profound thing
Yeah,
cuz
and
that's
it's not
true.
even like it's not even like a physical change. It's an
Right.
internal change you're gonna feel first.
Ah,
Like I
yes.
felt having like I had more energy and like
Yeah.
you feel like okay, I have more energy. I can do more things and I feel stronger. I let
Mm.
me try and push myself some
Mm.
more. And like I think it's that internal part that helps out to get you to the next part.
And that is to me that is so it's such a profound way of looking at it and it helps I think the journey for a lot of people and what growth looks like is like don't be
Mhm.
discouraged if you're the only person that sees your growth because a lot of times we want the affirmation from other people because we're like, I'm doing all this stuff and y'all still see me as the old person.
Right.
But
Right.
you see you first, and you have to
Mhm.
live with that first, and then other people may come along. But like, I love that. I just think that's a really good general principle to help with, is like, when you're changing anything, like, you notice the change and know that you might be the only one that notices the change for a while.
Right.
Yeah.
But also don't be discouraged if you don't see anything, you know?
Yeah.
Like, don't worry about what the outside what's happening on the
On the
outside at
outside.
first. Like, be concerned about what you're doing internally, how healthier you're feeling and stuff like that first.
So, okay, so like this has obviously been like a layered process, right?
Yeah.
It's not just about losing weight. It's not just about, you know, getting fit and healthy. What else has this taught you about yourself?
It taught me a lot about control. I'm not gonna lie. That is so serious,
Yeah.
because like I am a big sweets person. You know this.
I do.
I love a good cookie or
Joy
cupcakes.
would make us holiday cookies and
I
send
did.
them,
I
like
did.
literally ship
So
them
good.
to the house. Like, I have no other friends that have ever done that before, ever.
It's true.
Yeah, I
It's
love it.
true.
Yeah, yeah.
I do that.
You do that.
So like that was the thing. I love those things, but also you don't need those things
Yeah.
every day.
You
You
don't.
know, like you don't need
Yeah.
that piece of chocolate I know sometimes we all want it, but we don't always need that. So it's the self-control for me. Like learning how to have self-control in like and I'm not saying that you can't have things because I mean I'm definitely still eating chocolate. But I just know how much and like not to overindulge in things.
Yeah, that's good. Um, what? All right, so control. What
Yes.
else? What else has it taught you about yourself?
That I could always push myself. Just challenging yourself to reach goals, be realistic about goals, you know. I'm never gonna think that I'm going to I don't want to give myself a certain way that I need to look.
Yeah.
But also, just challenging myself to be better. And, a lot of times they say like once you hit like your 40s into your 50s that you're to keep yourself like healthy, you need to really have those strong muscles and bones, and I want to go into that part of my life already healthy, not waiting to get or waiting till I get there to get to that,
Yeah.
so it's like, just trying to make sure I stay challenged and focused and goal oriented for those things. Those are the things I've learned about myself. Staying
That
goal oriented.
that's
Yeah.
good. No, that's good. So, all right. What has this process helped you to unlearn? What have you unlearned in this process about working out, about being challenged, about, you know, your this whole journey? What have you unlearned?
Yeah. I unlearned that um like weightlifting is not just for the guys. That's what I've learned. Like it's not
Interesting.
just for the guys. Like I knew that there were girls out there who were doing it, and I was like, y'all are doing great stuff. But it's not me. And
Huh.
unlearned that, it's for all of us. It's not just for the guys. Girls get out there too. We can all do it.
That's cool. That's real. That's cool.
Mhm. It's not just about doing the cardio. It's doing about all of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. I don't think I've lifted a weight since high school. Like
Yeah.
really weight lifted, and I
Yeah.
did it,
Yeah.
for basketball and all that stuff. And
Listen,
I,
I never did. I never
you never
did. I
did.
never lifted, not for like when
Really?
I played volleyball or cheerleading. Like I never lifted.
Was it because you really just didn't think girls were that was for
Yeah.
for girls?
I was just
Really?
like, I don't need that. Guys,
Interesting.
let's just go practice. So, like, yeah, I had to unlearn that. Yeah, I just like, I just need to do cardio. That's all that matters.
Interesting.
But yeah, I had to unlearn that there's more to, physical wellness besides like cardio.
All right. Anything else you've unlearned?
Um, what else have I unlearned? I've unlearned, like paying attention to, or I guess to not, or I don't know how to say it. I pay more attention to what I'm eating and how much of I'm eating it, so it's like, seeing how much like carbohydrates or, refined sugar that I'm eating. How can I adjust that in my diet? Whether, to, add more things in there, more veggies, more lean proteins. And then, I still have a little bit of carbohydrates, but, adjusting it, maybe not going for, that the regular pasta, going for the whole wheat pasta is a little bit more chewy, but still tasty.
Yeah, all right. Sure. Okay.
It is. It's not bad, I promise you. Get a good sauce on it, you won't even tell the difference.
See, that's what I'm saying. If you have to qualify it like that, it's like, no.
No, but why not give it a try?
You're right.
What will it harm you to try it?
You're absolutely correct. You're
Yeah.
absolutely correct. You're right. I that is something I have to unlearn. Thank you. Why, how has this process made you more free?
Number one, I have more energy to do things. Like when I go and hang out with my nieces, I have more energy to run around with them. And that just makes me so happy. Just that, and, being able to know that I've taken more control of like my health rather than just allowing things to happen based on, the lack of things that I'm doing.
That's really good. The energy thing is real.
It's so real.
That's real. I think, you just can't perform at your highest level if you don't have the energy. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't. It's not possible. And you won't. I also think like you don't know what you're really capable of until you get to the place to where your energy is at that level. You know what I'm saying? Like where you're really healthy and you're moving. So I think one of the things that can be frustrating for me, and I think other people, and you probably too, is like it seems like we go through these seasons of doing really well and like these high points, and it's like I feel great, and then 6 months later in my life, it's like, what am I feeling in my back, right? Like, what is that? Like, that's extra skin. You know what I'm saying? Where did that come from? And it's like, hey, 6 months ago that wasn't there. Well, dadgummit, now what am I supposed to do about that, right? And then it gets frustrating because you go through these seasons, and it's like it's hard to, it's a lot of times unrealistic to just you start on this trajectory that goes up and it just never dips. So what do you do when it dips? Like, what do you do?
I think it's okay. Like, be okay when it dips, because you're not supposed to, I don't think you're supposed to run at 100, forever. Sometimes you do need to take some time off. Sometimes you do need to relax. It's okay to do that. And then, but when it's time to get back on it, get back on it. Like, you don't need to stay in that dip for too long, but, allow yourself the space in the room to be okay with the dip, but also find what will be your next goal to get you back out of that rut.
That's good. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
This conversation is part of my getting out of the rut.
Okay,
I gotta get back because I done dipped, Joy. I dipped.
Listen, it's okay to dip. I mean, everyone dipped during Christmas and the
No, this wasn't
holidays.
Christmas. This has been a long dip. Long dip. But it's okay. It's all right.
It's okay.
It's all right. I appreciate it. Thank you for giving me the permission.
You're welcome.
And I will acknowledge that. No, but for real, like, working out has never been something I've enjoyed. But walking, I love what you said about walking. walking is like that's a real, like, I love
It's
walking.
so real. Like, find yourself a nice little park to walk
Yeah,
in,
for real.
or, just anything. Also, one thing I think people forget about and don't realize how much is helpful is just drinking water.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
if you could just help your body drinking water, your body will help you back.
Yeah.
So, like, water and walking, if you can do anything, if you can just do just those two things, you will significantly see changes in your body.
That's real. That's real. I can appreciate that. That's good, Joy. Joy,
Huh.
this was fun, man.
It was a thing.
Whatever, you loved it. You're gonna come back.
Mhm.
So all right. So if you had to give one word of encouragement to people who maybe they said today is my last, I can't keep this up. Like, I went hard for the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm dipping. I'm not here. What would you tell them?
I will tell you, you went hard for those first 2 weeks and you did a great job, all right? And remember those first 2 weeks when you were doing your hardest, and just do something. I'm not saying you have to do a crazy amount. You have to do exactly what you're doing 2 weeks before. Just do something. That's it. That's all I'm saying. And then you'll get over that hump eventually, and you'll do a little bit more. But just try and do a little bit of something so that you can get to that next part.
Well, amen, Joy. Amen. Thank you for helping me. I feel halfway inspired. I'm not going to sit here and declare. Now, that's not you. You are very inspirational. I just have to really get to the place where I am okay. I just don't like working out. That's just not something I enjoy. But
anything.
Thank you for.
I'll
go to my mailbox. Thank you.
Go to your mailbox.
I'm going to the mailbox. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go to my mailbox. And we'll start there, and we'll see what happens. But thank you for inspiring me to go halfway. And I think you have done that for other people. You've probably inspired them to go the whole way, because
go to the mailbox.
Better than me.
Down the street.
Man, okay. Thank you, Joy. I love talking to you. You got to come back on. This is fun. This is fun.
One day.
All right. So this has been Freedom Friday. Let's keep unlearning together so that we can live more freely, and we will see you next week. Peace.
Hey.